Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and this is the Storyteller Forecast for Capricorn for December 2016. Go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com, see what's new on my blog, and if you would love to be a coach as your profession and have an online business, then you will love my coach certification and online business course, and there might be some slots left depending on when you check it out on my website. So what's going on this month for Capricorn and in general? First of all, we have birthdays for some of you, and that's a very exciting time. I love birthdays because of the power that they hold for creating changes in your life that you really, really want. The power of the birthday wish should not be dismissed. You get 10 wishes on your birthday, and I've done a video specifically about how to word these, how to do these, the energy behind these, so check that out. It's called Making Wishes Come True, and then it's using astrological power periods, but if you just search for Annie Botticelli Making Wishes Come True, you'll find it. So check it out to see how to frame your wishes. Occasionally I'll hear from someone that says they made a birthday wish and it didn't come true. Keep wishing. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit longer in this dense reality for the wishes you have on another level to come down into this dense reality. So if you make a wish one time, just keep wishing it until it comes true. You can use all of the different power periods, which I outline in that video. So birthdays are a time for clearing out and making a new start. Most people associate the energy of January with the new year and making a new start. But astrologically, it doesn't always match up energetically. And this year, as we had last year, January is not going to be a month for a ton of new energy. But for you as Capricorns, you'll get most of the newness compared to everyone else because of this birthday energy. Even if you're watching for your rising sign, there's still an energy of rebirth that occurs when the sun crosses your ascendant. So all Capricorn energy gets this new birthing energy, even though the new year is not bursting with new energy. And that's because Mercury will be right in the midst of a retrograde. At the end of the month, Venus shadow period for its retrograde that comes in March will start. And, so the year is sort of more about going backwards and inwards than it is about launching forward. However, if you're watching this video early, which that's why I always post them early, and you're in November or up through December 3rd, if you want to launch something, do it now, because this is the best window you're going to get until the end of May or into June of 2017. Before the planets get to where they cross over your sun or cross over your ascendant, there's a big crowding of energy in your 12th house. When planets are crowded there, people can feel weird and sad and awkward and pessimistic. There is a Bach flower remedy. I love Bach flower remedies. It's BACH flower remedy. You can find them at health food stores. You can get them on Amazon. And you just drop them into your water, under your tongue, onto your skin, however you want to do it. And the essence of the plant helps to support certain emotional and spiritual and mental shifts, and in some cases even physical. So the gorse, Gorse, is one of the best remedies for helping to balance out pessimism and hopelessness. Now, very likely this remedy isn't going to cure severe or clinical depression. However, for people who have a little bit of a shadow over them, or even if someone has a more serious issue, you can use these along with the other things you're doing and see if it can help to get a little bit of lightness. This energy in your 12th house can make you feel like you're walking around with a cloud over you and everyone else is walking around and they don't have the cloud over them. So this gorse can really help you to shift that energy. This energy moving into the 12th house before your time of rebirth is very purposeful astrologically, because at the rebirth time, you have to be clear about what you want to create. Well, nothing helps you be more clear about what you want to create than looking right at the energies that you don't want to create. And that's what happens. You get right in your face with the fears, the patterns, the things that don't make you feel good. And that's what you can base your new intentions on, is not those things, right? So it's very purposeful. So even though it doesn't feel good, it is purposeful to assist you with that. Another Bach flower remedy called chestnut bud can help you to objectively observe mistakes so that you can move on from them. So if there's something kind of lingering as a pattern or something that happened and you can't get past it to move on to your rebirth, this chestnut bud can often bring in major insights that can help to clear, to move you on to the next level. So in general, having lots of planets in Capricorn is very good for you because it's very much in sync with how you are. So you'll have more support in doing the things that make you Capricorn-y, you know? So those are the things that are specific for Capricorn, and there are lots of important things to know about December, its position over the next many months to come. So I'm calling the month of December the general theme of the month of December that will hold true for all signs, gifts from the past. That sweetness that covered November moves into December. We've got so many sweet aspects in the month of December. It's very exciting. So the difference between November and December, since there's a lot of sweetness in both, is that November up until around December 3rd is completely clear for new launches, bringing things out into the world, making big decisions, taking decisive action, anything new. Establishing birth dates for important things like establishing LLCs, getting domain names, anything that you would want to do that has an imprint of something new and moving forward. November has all of that sweetness that is geared towards these launches. However, December, starting after December 3rd, the Mercury retrograde shadow energy starts to seep in, and it begins this very long-term theme through the end of May of 2017 of moving backwards, trying things on, looking back to the past, studying, researching, planning, getting things ready in the backdrop, studying to push forward at the end of May, June, July of 2017. So I call this month Gifts from the Past because there's a good chance that a lot of things to help you move forward are going to come from the past, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind. The first thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the transits that are occurring that are so sweet in the month of December involve 60-degree angles. And 60-degree angles are ones that want you to take some action in order to get the rewards. Some aspects like trines, you don't necessarily have to do anything and it kind of just can bring things. And while the 60-degree angle can also just bring something, in order to fully activate the potential, you have to do something with it. So there is action requested throughout the month, but we have to remember two important points. The first is that since this retrograde energy is starting to come in, it's important to not work too hard or push too hard for certain outcomes. It's okay for you to be busy in the backdrop. It's okay for you to be looking forward to a goal out into the future, but trying to get too much done or out in the month of December, there will be roadblocks and you'll have energy that's kind of pushing you back, kind of like the tide. If you're trying to get a boat out and the tide is coming in, you'll start to feel the energy of the tide coming in December, and it will stay in for quite a while. So the second thing to remember is to understand the short-term nature of the transit. And that is true from December all the way through the end of May of 2017. So it doesn't mean you can't do anything for this 6 months. We saw very similar energy last year moving into January through the summer of 2016 because we had Mars retrograde. When we have a succession of personal planets in retrograde, the energy is just sort of not wanting your final product to be pushed out at that time, but you can make plenty of headway. It's just kind of going back and in. So as I mentioned before, like studying, researching, planning, organizing, experimenting, trying things on, moving along a continuum that you've already started. So let's say you launched a blog in November. Blogging throughout December through all these retrograde planets through May is totally fine. You just want your launch of your blog to occur in the good launch time. If you can't launch because you've missed the opportunity to do that, it doesn't mean you can't be working on activating your goal. Now, we'll use the blogging as an example there. Let's say you have this idea for this blog, but you didn't launch it in good stars, but you're excited to get going on it. The best way to handle that is to write your articles, but don't publish them. Get really clear on the direction of your blog and just do all of this work in the backdrop. And then when the stars are good again next summer or winter for our friends down under, then you can take all the stuff you've done and just post it and push it out. So that's a really good example of what we're trying to do here. A time to try things on. So besides a little bit of challenge in the middle of the month and kind of an overtone of a challenging transit, the rest of the month is super sweet. So for those in the United States or whoever else has holidays at the end of the month, there are beautiful holiday transits all through the end of December. And then at the same time, there's this concurrent theme of Jupiter in Libra opposing Uranus in Aries. So what we need to know about that is that this energy doesn't come together very often. It happens once every 14 years or so. So the theme is necessary change to bring about expansion. Lately, I've been seeing the woodpecker. I always look for the messages that the plants and the animals and whatever else has for me. And this theme of the woodpecker is coming up really strong as I was planning to do these horoscopes. I saw woodpeckers or heard woodpeckers several times in my organizing process for the horoscope. So I feel like it's relevant here. The woodpecker in the animal tarot deck that Ted Andrews put together, which I love all of his work, talks about doing things in new and unique ways that are specific to your way of moving in the world. When the woodpecker shows up or this transit shows up, that will be a theme in December. It's a challenging theme, but it's happening at the same time as all these other sweet aspects. It's demanding that you figure out how you can do what has to be done in your own unique way. So you might have to break with tradition by using wisdom from the past or intuitive understandings. Some other things that are helpful for this transit are utilizing group connections. The energy really wants this connecting with other people. So Uranus rules the internet and it also rules social interactions. So there are many people that have this gap between where they are and where they want to be. And what will fill that gap in is connecting with other people and being part of a group of like-minded people where they can get support, etc. So that's one other way. Something else that is a major theme for this transit is befriending the internet. And if you've already befriended the internet, getting to know more about it and how it can serve your purposes. And that's part of what this clash is about, Many people really need the internet to do what they really want to do, but they're afraid, as you should be cautious, and it's important to be educated. But at the same time, you have to push through that resistance, and this theme of this transit is very much about pushing through resistance. So I'm going to give you the great dates in this month of December, and please note that every date that I give you, you can always have the potential to feel the energy of that transit before or after the actual transit, okay? And also, if you would like to see why these transits are good and get more information about the month ahead for your planning purposes, definitely sign up for my free email newsletter on my website, anniehelpsyou.com. You get free gifts and you get my newsletter that comes a month early before the upcoming month so that you get more details than I give in the horoscopes about the certain dates and why they're good or why they're challenging. So the good dates for December are the 1st and 3rd. Those are your last good days for launches. 6th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 24th, 25th, 27th, 28th, and 30th. The challenging dates, and some of them are the same, there are other challenging aspects happening on some of these good dates, so the challenging dates, 10, 13, 19, 26th, and 28th. Okay, so definitely go to my website, see what's new on my blog, anniehelpsyou.com. If you would love to be a coach and help other people with anything in their lives, spiritual coaching, intuitive coaching, life coaching, abundance coaching, wellness coaching, relationship coaching, diet, wellness coaching, you will love my new coach certification course. And there might still be room if you check on the website. This also includes my online business course to help you to do your coaching online. So check it out on my website, anniehelpsyou.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you next year. Bye.